everybody. Today we are going to be talking about tension and releasing tension. So tension basically means that something's just really pulled tight, or it could be mental or emotional strain. If you had a fight with your sibling, you might feel that tension, that kind of like pull in between. Another way of thinking about it is like a rubber band, all right? So when you're not pulling on a rubber band, it's nice and pliable, but the more you pull on it, the more tense it gets, and then it's really, really, really tight. And if you keep pulling, eventually what'll happen? The rubber band will snap, right? And so we humans are kind of the same way. We can do certain things and keep up with certain routines and stuff for a while, and then sometimes we just get to a point where the tension of life is just too much, and then we can snap and we can have a meltdown, or we can say mean or hurtful things, or maybe we physically hurt someone by hitting or kicking. And that's not something we want to do. So we want to learn different ways of releasing tension. And so today we're going to be talking about a few different ways that we could release tension, whether you're here at school or whether you're at home. So we are going to be practicing releasing tension. And you'll notice with each one of these activities, releasing tension means moving our bodies around. Because a lot of the time we hold a lot of energy in our bodies, and when we have a chance to either move around, get it out, we feel better. We release some of that energy and some of that tightness in our own bodies. So today we're going to be going through 6 different exercises that you can use to help you release tension if you're feeling really tight, really wound tight, and just need to calm down a little bit. Okay, so the first exercise that we're going to do to release that tension is called squats. And I'm sure maybe you've done these in gym class, but they're good for releasing tension. So what you're going to do is you're going to start with your feet shoulder width apart. So kind of think about your shoulders up here, and then kind of place a foot under one shoulder and a foot under the other shoulder. And so the idea of this is we're going to be bending with our knees, but we want to try to keep our back and core, this part right here, pretty upright, all right? So we're not like bending over like this. We're trying to keep this part up straight. So what you're going to do is you're going to get your feet about shoulder width apart. And what you're going to start with is you're kind of going to stick your booty out behind you, all right? So you're going to go down and then come back up. So you're going to go down as far as you can go, and if you can't go very far, that's totally fine. You get better as you practice. So you go down into the squat, you'll notice my knees are bent, my back is straight. I'm not hunched over like this. My back is straight, and I'm just going to keep on doing that. So I would say, if you're going to do squats, then you should do about 15, and that'll really help release that energy out of your body. Okay, so for this next one, you're going to need an open space on a wall, anywhere that you have a little bit of open space so you can put your hands on the wall. So this one's really great because it allows you to push on something. So there's a couple different ways you could do this. You could simply do, pushing on the wall. You can even run your legs towards the wall. Or you can do some push-ups. So you can put your hands on the wall, make sure your body's kind of in a straight line, and then you can do some push-ups. So if you want to do this, I suggest you run in place, or you do about 15 wall push-ups. Again, another great one that I'm sure you've done in gym class is a good jumping jack. So a jumping jack is where you bring your arms up and you jump out with your feet at the same time. So like this, and then you bring it back together. So this one is a great way of releasing that tension and getting energy out of your body, and I recommend you do about 40 of these. Alright, this one's nice and fun and will be challenging because you are going to hop on one foot, and you're going to try to hop on one foot for a whole minute. But halfway through, you'll want to switch and go to another foot. So This next one is super fun because you can do this any way that you like, which is fun. So this one is just gonna be dancing around for like 2 minutes. So put on your favorite music, listen to it, whatever you wanna do, and just dance around. All right, because this is gonna help our muscles release that tension so we don't snap or say something we don't mean or say something hurtful that's gonna hurt us or other people. So go ahead and dance around for 2 minutes. And last but not least, for those of you out there who really love running, I can't say that I'm one of those people, but for those of you who love running, maybe you can't run around right now, but you could run in place. All right, or if you're like me and you don't necessarily love running, you could bounce it back in place like this and do a little bit of a boxer shuffle. So go ahead and decide whether you want to do the boxer shuffle or if you want to run in place and do that for 60 seconds. All right, so I don't know, if you're like me and you just tried a couple of those, you might be a little out of breath. But again, you're gonna feel a whole lot better because 2 things are happening. You're releasing that tension in your body, and by moving our bodies, we release something called endorphins that help us just generally feel better and be able to approach situations in a better state of mind. So, again, when you're feeling tense or you're feeling like a rubber band and you're about to snap, go ahead and pull one of these exercises out, do it and see if you don't feel better. All right, we'll see you guys next time.